What is up, YouTube? So for those of you that don't know me, since I'm still pretty much not, my name is not really out there. But for those of you that don't know, my name is Jorge Castañeda. I am a brand owner for Raw Designers, and this is a brand I started 2 years ago, back in 2023. I had my first drop in October 2023, um, and that was just a T-shirt, a black T-shirt, um, and I haven't stopped ever since. I haven't dropped like crazy, but I'm trying to stay as consistent as I can. Um, what I try to do really is because what I see nowadays is a lot of brands they just do pre-orders. So part of the reason that it takes so long for me is because I don't do pre-orders. I do everything pre-made. So once I have everything in hand, that's when I go ahead and drop. So, and I'm doing this from the ground up. So that's like one of the reasons I haven't dropped that much. I think in 2023 to 2025 or this year, I've only had 5 drops. So, I mean, honestly, a lot of brands are doing like more than that. And I know really, my brand's so small right now. Like, nobody knows about me. So, if you guys are here, just know that you guys were the first ones. Um, but yeah, I am doing this because I want to document everything that is going on with my brand, and I feel like I've kind of missed out on a lot since those past 2 years. If I just kept thinking to myself, like what if I had documented those 2 years, you know, um, plus it's good to look back on. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this now. Um, and I think it's the perfect time because I do have a drop coming up next month in January. It's gonna be nothing crazy. It's gonna be a pair, just some T-shirts. It's gonna be 3 of them, and then it's gonna be some other, small shit, some accessories. I'm probably throwing a scarf in there, some paintings, just little shit like that. Um, I always try to make this brand as cool and as fun as possible. Um, because that's what I've always wanted to build this brand on. It's supposed to be fun. Um, it's supposed to be bold and just like crazy ass shit. It's supposed to have a lot of it's supposed to have mistakes. It's not perfect. Um, but this is what I plan to have my brand thrive on. All right, but anyways, now that I got that out the way, I just wanted to give a little introduction. But the point of this video is I am making a backpack from scratch. Um, so yeah, basically what I did is I bought a backpack off Amazon, and it was just plain backpack. I just needed it for the pattern. It didn't cost me that much. It cost me like $15. So I just bought the backpack, and I've already had a bunch of scrap denim. So I'm about to use the scrap denim to make the backpack. Um, but yeah, I just want to show you guys the process on how I make these bags, because I've realized I'm starting to make a lot of bags now. I made my first backpack in 2024, and I made one this year, a way cooler one. It's super sick. I put it on the website, but nobody's bought it yet. But that's cool though, because I can still use it, and I fucking love that backpack. So we're about to make another one. Hopefully I can make it on time for the drop in January. If not, it's fine. But yeah, if I want to do it for January, I pretty much got the rest of December. I believe it is December 11th right now. So hopefully I can finish it by the end of this month. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. I really want to get started. So yeah, let's just get right to it. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've already cut out all the pieces here. I took apart the backpack already. So this is pretty much the original backpack right here. So this is where I'm going to get the pattern from. So I've already cut out the denim as well. I didn't cut it to the exact size yet. I'm going to do that pretty soon. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to pin the original piece of the backpack to the new denim, and then I'm gonna sew it together so it's all basically one piece, and that way also it gives it a stronger feel, so it feels thicker. But yeah, I'm basically gonna pin this all together, sew it, and then I'll cut out any excess. Um, and then yeah, so let me show you guys that. Alright, so now we're finally gonna get to sewing one of the patterns together. So that's what we're gonna do for the next couple minutes. Just sew everything down together. Right up in my Cadillac, I wanna know if you alive. Alright, so before I keep going, I want to show you guys the mock-up that I made for this backpack, so you guys have an idea of what I'm trying to work towards. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see. This is basically the full mock-up pretty much. I just need a drawing just to get a visual idea better. This is going to be the front, so I'm going to put my logo up on the top. I'm going to try to see if I can fit 3 pockets, and then 1 big pocket. I'm going to try to put a strap on the top. And it's going to be the side view. I want to put my Grim Reaper logo on there, or my drawing that I did. And then some other pockets on the sides. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This texture that you see right here is going to be pretty much the wax. So it's going to be my first time actually doing some waxing on a pair of denim. So hopefully it comes out something like this. Also, as you can see, there's going to be, I'm going to try to put a lot of metal hardware to it, so it looks pretty sick. Hopefully it's not too much, though, when I put it all together. I don't know. A lot of the shit turns out different in real life, but hopefully it comes out to something similar to this. Everything came out pretty clean, pretty nice and flat. So this is going to be the inside. So see how I just sewed them together. I tried to make the sewing lines as straight as possible. I think I did a pretty decent job. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen print the logos on. So the two logos. And then the Grim Reaper logos, I'm going to do that. Once that's done, then I'm going to get into waxing the denim. Alright, so I screen printed the logo on the main part of the backpack. This is how it's looking. Came out really clean. Yeah, now let's do the next one. Alright guys, so it's the next day, and I kind of just cut it off right there after the screen printing, because it got kind of late, and then I had to go to work the next morning, so I kind of just wrapped things up really quick. But as far as like sewing the two fabrics together, I finished that, and then I did the prints. So now what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to wax the denim, and then I'm going to coat it with this glossy finish. I already did a little piece just to see like how it would look like. So let me just show you guys real quick. Also, I forgot to introduce you guys. If you guys see a cat or hear noises in the background, it's because I have this this little guy right here. He's still a baby. He's only like 3 months, but yeah, he's a little crazy, and his name is I named him Van or Vandal. I named him after my my most recent drop in October. So yeah, I mean, if you see any interruptions, it's because of this this motherfucker right here. But yeah, even though he distracts me a little bit, you know, we still got to keep it pushing. So, but yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so this is pretty much the piece that I did. I don't know if you can see a difference. This is the actual soft part of the denim, and then this part right here, I think it came out pretty decent. It does feel rough, and I kind of like it the way it came out. So you see it's kind of shiny, I guess. But like once you put it all together with the wax and the finish, it comes out pretty nice. I kind of like doing this technique. Probably something I might be doing more often. But yeah, I mean, other than that, let's get right to it and do the rest of these so we can finish this backpack. All right, so I pretty much waxed. I got it all waxed. You can see there's not a huge difference, but once I put on that finish, it's gonna look a lot better. All right, guys. So this is the other piece right here. I like the way it's coming out. Honestly, I like this. I like this look. So we're gonna keep it going with the rest of these. Alright guys, so it is the next day. It is a Saturday, and yesterday I also kind of cut it off, but I did finish the waxing part. Now what I'm gonna do is basically just put on all the hardware. I already pretty much got most of it done. I did some off camera, and I kind of just locked in. But I'm gonna pretty much get all the pieces sewn together, and then put on the hardware. Let me show you guys a little piece that I did. So this is gonna be the one of the pockets. So it's gonna be folded on these edges. But I put some some hardware just for like decoration. But yeah, let me show you guys the rest of it. All right, so this is pretty much the most that I got done right now. You can see I added quite a bit of like the metal buttons on there. I'm gonna have this button right here. It's gonna be sewed on to this top part, and then it's gonna clip on to the front side of the bag. It's kind of like this little strap, just to make it look cool. And then I added buttons to this. It's gonna be like another loop where you can like hang shit. It's gonna be sewed on the side, like right there. And then I'm gonna have two other loops sewed on the other side. So they're gonna be like right here. So I think I'm gonna add metal hardware to those two loops right there also. After that, it's pretty much just measuring out everything else, doing the little details, and then sewing everything all together. So yeah, I'm pretty much almost done. Hopefully I can finish it today. I don't know if I will, but it is Saturday, so I'm off tomorrow. If anything, I would just finish it off tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to get most done today. So yeah, let's get right into it. All right, we got that strap sewed on. So it's like a belt loop, kind of pretty strong. It's pretty firmly on there. Let's get this next one. All right, guys. So I pretty much finished putting all the hardware on the backpack. And then after that, I tried to get most of sewing done to get them all together. I will say one thing though is I did mess up. Not bad, but a mistake that I did was waxing it too early, because now to sew it all together it's kind of hard. Everything's super thick now, and like just super hard to move the fabric around and like flex it when I need to sew. Um, that's one thing I would say I messed up on, but everything else looks really nice. Um, I'm gonna try to get most of the sewing done now, and try to get this backpack done as soon as I can. Shouldn't take me that long. I think the longest part would be sewing on the pocket by hand, but after that, using the machine doesn't take that long. Honestly, the sewing part, if you have a machine, it's super easy. It's not hard. The hard part I would say is like prepping and like measuring, cutting out patterns. That's the most time consuming part, is all the prep work. But once you get down, like if you take your time on the prep work and really focus on that, once you get down to the sewing part, it's a breeze. So, I mean, honestly, it's really not that hard to sew. Anybody can really do it. It's just the matter like how much time you're willing to invest in the prep work. But other than that, let's get to it. Alright guys, so the backpack's all done. Finally put it all together, as you can see. I did cut it off right before I started putting it all together, because it got pretty frustrating for me. So I just had to go off camera and just deal with it. So I pretty much just showed the part, like just prepping it and getting ready, for the last parts of sewing. But yeah, other than that, let me get right into it and pretty much show you the details on this backpack. One thing to let you know though is not everything's perfect on this. There were some mistakes I did, and only I can learn just by doing them and then doing better on the next one. Because I realized that with every project I'm doing, especially with backpacks now, I think I'm gonna start doing backpacks more. But I think what I'm doing is I'm trying to do something different every time. So there's always going to be something new that I've never done before. And that's when I'm going to run into the mistakes, which is fine. This can always just be like a prototype or just like a sample that I'll never drop. But that's all up to you guys, really. But yeah, let's just get right into it. All right, so it's pretty much the front part. You can see there's white marks on it because the print was smearing off, which is one mistake. I could have cured it better, but honestly, I'm fine with it because it gives it like a work type vibe. But yeah, and then I put the strap on here. It just to lock everything in. I didn't do the best on the strap, but it works just fine. It works perfectly fine. One thing also is I tried to look for a black zipper, but I couldn't find one anywhere. I went to so many different places. I went to Michael's, I went to Walmart, I went to Hobby Lobby. I couldn't find one that was this size and that was in black. The only one I found was in brown. So I had to go with that. There was no other way. Or else I had to order it off Amazon. But I didn't want to wait. So I just went with this. And honestly, I think it looks fine. I think it looks pretty decent with the brown. It pops. And then the front pocket, which was super hard to sew on, especially with the machine. For most of it, I had to pretty much lock everything down by hand sewing it, and then I went over it with the sewing machine. But it's really hard once you get most of it done, because then you have to get in the inside of the pocket, like be able to get the machine inside the pocket, and it's kind of hard to see, and it's just really hard to maneuver it. The sides I didn't really have much problem with, but you can see I put two kind of like belt loops with 2 buttons on each, and then each side pocket has 4 metal rivets, I guess, or buttons. So that's for each side. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I want to keep doing more stuff like this. It's something new for me. I've never, posted on YouTube. This will be my first video ever. So hopefully you guys like this. If not, I'm gonna keep doing this either way. Because I do have another video I want to do. I have a photo shoot coming up on the 27th, because that's for my drop that I'm doing on January. I'm planning on dropping on January 23rd, so I will drop some t-shirts. Actually, it's actually gonna be this one. I'm gonna drop it in this color, black. I got a white one, and then I have a brown one. So I'm gonna do three colors, and then I'll probably drop this backpack with it as a 1-of-1 sample. And then I'm gonna do some scarves. I have a few, and then some paintings. So it's gonna be like a small little drop, not as big as the one that I did last time, but it's still gonna be some cool stuff in there. I'm gonna try to drop more in 2026. But yeah, for that drop, I do have a photo shoot coming up pretty soon, so I'll probably do a YouTube video on that, on like just the real life process on it. So I'll probably just have the phone recording throughout the whole time. But in this photo shoot, it is gonna be just me modeling, and then I'm gonna have one photographer. So it's pretty much just gonna be me and him working. But yeah, that's for another video. So let me save that for another time. But other than that, if you guys made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I love you.
I'm cold, but I'm hot, got a fever. You put tris in the crush 2 liter. We got come fluffy like a bunny.